Welcome to your WWE Night of Champions predictions and the best stable of all time. I'm Levi, along with Jamil, my colleague.
Howdy, everyone.
This is our fifth podcast, if I'm not mistaken. We were going to have another one of our colleagues join us, but unfortunately he couldn't be here today. But we're going to get started off with the Night of Champion predictions. So let's get started. Let's get started with I guess the main event of them all: John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Um, right now, I see Brock Lesnar retaining this belt simply because it's pretty evident that they're going to give Lesnar to retain the title for Reigns to build up, the feud that I've been saying is going to happen soon. They're going to build that feud up. So it'd be kind of stupid to have them give the belt over to Cena while they're still building up Reigns to beat the guy that beat the Shriek. So, Jamil, any take on that?
Um, yeah, think I think it's going to be more competitive than it was last time because I still have my grand theory of how things are going to work out, but we'll get into that later. Um, but I think Cena's going to give Lesnar a hell of a fight, and I think Lesnar's going to come out on top as he did at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I heard. Well, not heard. Well, yeah, I heard that, but I heard that Cena's going to lose to Brock tonight, but not as bad as he lost to him at SummerSlam. Like it's not going to be a squash match like you saw at SummerSlam. Cena's going to get closer to winning, but he's not going to win. And I have a feeling Paul Heyman might get involved, so Cena won't put Lesnar over clean. Because I can see Paul Heyman getting involved in that match. So I don't think Cena's going to win. Neither I think he's going to put him over clean. Like I said earlier, he's gonna get close to winning, but he's not gonna win, which means Brock's gonna retain this title. And
I think
yeah,
um I think that Cena will put him over clean. It's going to be like a match, sort of like at WrestleMania with Undertaker versus Lesnar. When Lesnar got over, they get over clean, which I was shocked at the time, though.
I'll say it doesn't like him like Undertaker putting Lesnar over clean though. That was nothing because Undertaker only wrestles once a year. Cena, he's throughout the whole year, Mister No Days Off. I'm on time, but yeah, when Cena puts somebody over, he usually always put them over in a dirty way. Remember Night of Champions, or not Night of Champions, One Night Stand 2006. It was RVD versus Cena, and Edge speared him with that motorcycle helmet on. That wasn't clean. Paul Heyman was the referee for that
But,
moment.
but then there was CM Punk, Cena at Money in the Bank. I mean, Vince got involved for Cena.
Right, he was trying to pull a Montreal screw job. It was a Chicago screw job.
Yeah,
And then Cena saw it was about to happen. He got out the ring, punching. Really is, eh. I mean, he could have got away. He wanted to win him over clean, but he didn't. So yeah. And now moving on, we're gonna get
botch of
to
a storyline, by the way.
say again, Jamal.
That was a botch of a storyline, by the way.
Oh, I mean, I like how CM Punk he did that shoot on top of the stage. I enjoyed it. That was one of the best moments that I've seen in the new PG era. But moving on, we're gonna go to Cesaro versus Sheamus for the WWE United States Championship, and I have a feeling that Cesaro might win based on what we've been seeing lately. I mean, not I know he's been losing to him a lot, but I mean, they gotta find something for Cesaro because this guy, he won the Andre Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania, and from there he's kind of going downhill. The trophy broke the next night because of Swagger. They're he's in a scramble pretty much. He's in what do I do? Jamil,
Yeah,
your take on this?
I think this is just a match of like who cares. It's Sheamus versus Cesaro. I think it's just a match to fill up the card.
No, a match that no one cares about would be Mark Henry versus Rusev, that's for sure. But we'll get to that. I mean, Sheamus, like you said yesterday, I think they should turn him heel because you can't really take Sheamus as a face seriously.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, the 1-800 fella thing was pretty funny, those little commercials. But I like
he's like
Sheamus when
he's like He goes off and he beats his chest with a smile on his face. It doesn't fit. He kicks your head off with a smile that doesn't fit. Like he goes and like celebrates with the crowd after he and like brutalized someone. Doesn't fit.
You ask me, I think you should form a tag team with Rowan, the Wyatt family, the Gingerbeards. But yeah, I can see Cesaro coming out tonight on top with the U.S. belt because they really need, and he's held the belt before, so I can see them possibly giving him that belt tonight. And we're gonna go to Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. If let me just say this right now, if they give Miz the belt back, there's going to be outrage. You're going to get boos during after the match. People are going to go into a frenzy because Dolph. This man was at one point the most over person they had in the company after he won Money in the Bank, and then when he cashed it in, oh my God, the crowd went nuts, Jamil. It was after WrestleMania, but you know
Yeah.
the fans support who they want and who they like. Ziggler was that man. Now Bryan's the man, and I hope he comes back soon. Even though I'm not going to say I'm against Bryan. I'd rather see him because he actually has talent. I was going to say once he comes back, I think they need to put the belt on him because the people still like Daniel Bryan. They
I,
still.
that's one thing. What do you define as talent? Okay, Daniel Bryan has selling power. He has drawing power, but he doesn't have talent. It's like he's not. It's like saying Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit had talent. Okay, 'cause Chris Benoit did so much more than what Daniel Bryan can do. Daniel Bryan knows submission.
When
Have
I
you ever
see
seen him execute a suplex?
when I see Daniel Bryan, I do see Chris Wall because let me just say the headbutt.
Headbutt, the crippler crossface slash less yes lock.
You mean the LaBelle Walk was originally called, but still, yeah. Every time I see Daniel Bryan, I just keep imagining Chris Wall, even though the WWE doesn't want that man to exist.
See,
No,
Chris Benoit did German suplexes, did the Three Amigos suplexes. Like, what does Daniel Bryan do?
wait,
He runs with his knee.
they do the Three Amigos after Eddie passed, or?
Yeah, he did after as a tribute to Eddie.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, every time I see not Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, I do see a little bit of Chris Wall. Remember when he did he just keeps on doing this headbutt and whatever. And like I said earlier, if Ziggler loses to Miz, it's going to be some outrage. But I do see Dolph retaining his belt because they need to give him a little bit run longer. I'm going to say Miz's Hollywood gimmick, they need to drop it because it just says we have to recycle gimmicks from one of our biggest stars. And since it's the PG era and mostly kids and women watch it, they don't know what it is. However, people like me and you and older men, we see that this gimmick is just nothing but a 2003 Hill Rock.
Exactly.
You want to lead us into Paige versus AJ and Nikki, Jamil?
Ugh. Hashtag who cares. But anyway, watch it's gonna be a trending topic once we're done. But yeah, so it'll be for the Divas Championship is Paige versus AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. The Battle of the Psycho Divas. So I guess since no one really cares about this match, we can just say what led up to this point. Nikki screwed over Brie in the Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella match. AJ was the Diva Championship before, lost to Paige, and Paige is obviously the Diva Championship. Diva Champion. So my prediction, Paige comes out on top somehow, some way, probably locking in the Black Widow on AJ.
Yeah, their little frenemies thing. I told our viewers before that the Paige and AJ storyline before stupid Nikki got involved is nothing but a 2006 Trish Stratus and Mickie James lesbian storyline, but PG. Um, yeah, I was going to say I do not. If Nikki wins, they might as well just throw away AJ and Paige to throw them back in NXT or something because they're giving a slot to.
Just retire the Diva Championship.
I was going to say I heard that Diva's title is nothing but like it's made by Mattel or something. I was going to say it looks weird. It's like whatever happened to the women's title. I like that title more than the Diva. At least the women's title would look like an actual belt. Diva,
Fun fact for you. Guess who was the last women's champion?
who?
Melina.
Really?
Really? Melina.
No, dude. I think Actually, I think Layla was the last. Yeah,
Oh, whenever she was with Michelle McCool, that was a diva. Remember they split it in half?
yeah, yeah,
It might have been the divas. I'm not too sure, but
yeah. Layla was the final champion, dude. I'm looking at it right now. She was the final champion of the
oh,
women's title. I was going to say, yeah, Melina held the belt 3 times. She held that belt 3 times. I was going to say their Divas division back then was actually something, but now since they have a reality television show, they're going to hand it over to those, like the ones that don't even really do on-screen wrestling. So I don't know what to say. Eh, I have a feeling Paige is going to come out on top of this on this match though, and I see, like you said, AJ tapping out to the Black Widow, and their little storyline continuing. And Nikki Bella, I don't know what's going to happen if she loses. I think she's going to try to get back in the feud with her sister. But yeah. You want to lead us on in the Mark Henry versus Rusev, Jamil?
so it's Russia versus America once again. Mark Henry versus Rusev.
We
Um,
all know where this is going.
yeah, over the past number of weeks, there's been the like sneak attack from Rusev or Mark Henry. So I think it's gonna come down to somehow, some way, Mark Henry is gonna tap out to the accolade, and Rusev gonna remain unbeaten.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I see Rusev being undefeated till he meets a certain Cena. So, yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna keep building up Rusev's undefeated streak, just like how they build up Bo. I don't understand
They built up Vladimir Kozlov, and guess who he lost to?
Cena.
Exactly.
I just want to say you built.
Vladimir, a colleague of ours, thinks that people don't get fed this Cena.
That just makes me sick. I was going to say you build up Bo Dallas's winning streak, only for to drop it to R-Truth. Really, R-Truth? Like I mentioned yesterday, out of all the people you could have lost to, he loses. Yeah, I mean, come on. But yeah, Rusev is going to continue to be fed up to be this gigantic villain from Russia, really Bulgaria. And Mark Henry's going to, like you said, tap out to the accolade. Not tap out. I think he's going to fade. He's going to pass out. Yeah. So America doesn't give up, but they can't do it no more. So yeah. And I think once Cena is finished doing his little storyline with Brock, I think that's when they're gonna go with him and Rusev. So
I don't get your point though,
a
because
point.
Cena loses to Lesnar. That's it. He's not getting another shot. They will lose the audience if they give Cena another shot after he loses to Lesnar twice.
They'll lose a certain demographic of audience. What WWE needs to do, in my opinion, they need to go back to TV 14, get the kitty crap and the woman's and the stupid reality television thing out of here. Go back to their edginess, like during the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era. They need to do like blood again. They need to do backroom brawls.
The last blood I've seen from Triple H busting open Lesnar is the last blood I've seen.
I was gonna say, I mean, he made him piss himself. When he I think it was the 1,000 episode of Raw or something. He did it, and
Yeah, when Lesnar was about to beat up Vince McMahon again.
oh yeah, and what button on the keyboard does John Cena avoid, Jamil?
Hmm?
What button on the keyboard does John Cena reveal? Like you stay away from?
F5.
Exactly. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing multiple German suplexes from him tonight, from Brock Lesnar, of course. But yeah,
But I think Cena's going to do this Cena Kinrana.
oh god, I hope he doesn't botch it. Um, but yeah, Rusev will remain victorious again, and yeah. Moving on, Jamil, you can carry us over. Since I did three, you can do three, and I'll lead us into the last one. We get the Usos and Goldust and Stardust. So, Jamil.
I don't know what to think about this match. I think I want to say the Usos will win because after they lose, like they have to have a tag team. It's like in line that can like beat the Dust Brothers if they were going to win. It's like it's gonna be like the Usos get their rematch. Then what?
Uh,
I don't
mm,
see other like suitable tag teams.
I was gonna say
We'll bring back the New Age Outlaws.
they might break up or something. Like you know how tag teams eventually do. They may break up or so. Um, and another thing I was going to mention.
I hope the Usos don't break up. They're better as a tag team than singles competitors. What all they do was super kicks and splashes. You can't beat anyone like that.
I was going to say I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing the Dust Brothers actually take off the tag team titles from the Usos. So you know the
I want
Usos title reign one.
to
Say again.
I want to see new tag team titles.
Oh yeah, these tag team titles are weird looking to me.
All because of Primo and Epico, you got to unify them.
Yeah. So remember somebody on the YouTube comment they said so these are the guys that unified those belts. It's kind of frustrated, but yeah, I definitely see. Excuse me. The Dust Brothers winning tonight. You know they build up all that build up for nothing would be pretty stupid. You know, Jamil. But yeah, I guess Jamil's taking a break. To our viewers out there, the Dust Brothers are definitely getting the belt tonight. And Jamil, any take on that? Okay, he's doing something. Going to lead us over into Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. And on the season premiere of Raw a couple weeks back, Randy Orton actually would attack Chris Jericho, and he bloodied his ear, I believe. And he said, "What can I say, Chris? It's like the season premiere or something." And so they had to throw Chris Jericho into a storyline. Somebody since he's only there part time, and he just got finished restoring Bray Wyatt to certified heel. And who better than to Randy Orton? And also, there was scheduled to be a match, Rollins and Rusev tonight, but it's been canceled due to injury from Roman Reigns. So that was going to be a match on the title card, but seeing as that Reigns is now injured, we won't see that match. And yeah, Jamil, you back? You here, Jamil?
Yeah.
Okay, I just went over into Chris Jericho and Randy Orton while you were going. I was going to say before I left off on the Usos and the Dust Brothers, do you have anything you wanted to say?
Uh, I wanted them to see them do away with Goldust. Okay, it was refreshing seeing them back, but it's boring. No one wants to see it anymore. Just take them away. Okay, we're done.
Um, yeah, and I agree with you. Goldust is a old man now, and Stardust is just there to fill in for that gimmick once he's gone. So yeah, I definitely see the Dust Brothers winning tonight, though, like I previously mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, moving on back into the Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. Jamil, you want to say something?
Mm. Once again, I don't see the point of this match. I don't see the point of this feud, but whatever. I think Orton's going to win because they have to keep Orton relevant enough in case they have no other options. They have to have Orton versus Lesnar. So I think they have to keep Orton relevant enough. So they have to have Jericho get fed to Orton.
Wait,
So
well, for Orton to be a contender against Brock Lesnar, either Brock Lesnar will have to turn face, or Randy Orton will have to turn face, or vice versa. It'd be heel versus heel, which would be pretty stupid because no one's going to cheer either of them. Um,
I mean, people. I wouldn't say that Lesnar is just a heel because he gets cheers when he comes out.
yeah,
Especially when
because
he's normal style.
he's going against Cena right now. Somebody that the
I mean,
crowd half cheers, half boos.
but I think they're trying to take Orton's face again, but still trying to keep him alive with Triple H.
But
I think
yeah,
some way they're going to try to turn the Authority face, but I don't see how. But
I was going to say I think I agree with the first one, like Randy Orton turning face, but like he's going to keep on. I mean, you see what was going on with Kane and him like a couple weeks back at like TLC and all that. So I
yeah,
mean, we could possibly see Randy Orton split from the Authority because he doesn't agree with the way things are going, or the Authority actually turning face, which would be
yeah.
weird because Nikki Bella, Stephanie, and all of them. So yeah, I mean, tonight I do see Chris Jericho, like you said, being fed to Orton simply because Orton needs to be built up to face Lesnar once Cena's out of the line and once Roman comes back.
So that's a emergency situation for Lesnar. I mean, for Orton to face Lesnar, because like, who wants to see that? He'll
I mean,
get destroyed. Orton will get destroyed.
I was going to say we're going to see SummerSlam pretty much on a different person. And like I previously mentioned for our audience, Roman Reigns will not be at Night of Champions due to a hernia. Um, so there was supposed to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns on the match card, but there will not be that match since he is injured. And like me and Jamil mentioned yesterday, we actually probably possibly see Dean Ambrose returning tonight or tomorrow night and ruining Seth Rollins' chances if Brock like wins or
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it was leaked by WrestleZone that Tuesday, Dean Ambrose finished shooting of Lockdown.
Hmm.
Red
Probably.
flag. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Thanks for telling him after you said it. But yeah, Dean Ambrose may be returning tonight or tomorrow night and ruining Seth Rollins' chances to cash in. So we'll definitely be seeing some cheers tomorrow or tonight.
So it's time for me to unveil my whole conspiracy theory, if you will. Um, so what I think is going to go down tonight is I think Cena is going to Lesnar a beating that Lesnar's never had before, but I think Lesnar's still going to have the guts to pull it out. Then Seth Rollins is going to come out. He's going to curb stomp uh, Lesnar with help of Uncle Kane, and then Dean Ambrose is going to come out and foil their plans. And I think he's going to like do something like I don't know, like is a dirty deeds do like on the steps or through cinder blocks or something.
Yeah, isn't Dirty Deeds a facebuster?
Pretty much.
Uh, yeah, I mean I see that happening, but yeah, that's a nice little.
Cena and Lesnar wasn't the main event. It was Rollins Reigns was the main event. Just because of Reigns' drawing power. So like that's gone. It's like
Wait. The championship isn't the main event now?
I wouldn't say it would. Just like since like WrestleMania 20, what's been the main event of WrestleMania?
Like usually it was some WrestleManias. It was Undertaker's match was the main event. Cena's match was the main event.
From 25 on, after he faced Shawn Michaels the first time, it's just that's the main event. That's what everyone wants to see. It's like last year, it's like everyone wanted to see Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. No one cared about the triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. No one cared. Everyone wanted to see Taker versus Lesnar. The Undertaker is just pure drawing power alone. That was the main event of every WrestleMania since like 25. So I think that was going to be their main event was the Reigns Rollins match. I didn't think that it was going to be the Lesnar Cena match because, quite frankly, I don't want to see it. Because after SummerSlam, why would you?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to see the same here.
Pre pay per view predictions for me. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's gonna be a okay pay per view. Possibly the return of a tremendous superstar in Dean Ambrose. Possibly a Money in the Bank cash in. Possibilities for this match. Let's see what WWE and the creative team goes with it.
Yeah. If we're doing ratings for the matches before the show, I give the Brock Lesnar Cena match. That's going to be I'm going to give that match a 4 out of 10. Simply because I know it won't be entertaining. I'm looking for entertainment, and I know that match will not be entertaining because Cena's going to pull out those 5 moves of doom. Brock Lesnar's going to do those 16 German, not 16, but just German suplexes, the knees, the punches. It's going to be the same match pretty much we saw at SummerSlam, except different a little bit. Sheamus versus Cesaro, I'm going to give this match a 7 out of 10. It's going to be entertaining because both of them can actually put on talent. Miz and Ziggler, if Miz doesn't protect his, quote, moneymaker, which isn't his face, I see that match being an 8 out of 10 because Ziggler sells, Miz can also sell.
That was talent. I'll give it 8 out of 10.
If Nikki Bella was not in the Divas title match, I would give Paige versus AJ Lee probably the match of the night, seeing as that they can definitely put on a show together. They work a lot together. I'm gonna give their match an 8 out of 10, minus Nikki Bella because she's probably not even gonna participate in that match much. She's probably gonna botch some moves.
Yeah.
So yeah, 8 out of 10 for that match. Mark Henry versus Rusev. I'm gonna give this the lowest rating, a 2 out of 10, simply because we're gonna be seeing what we've been seeing from Rusev lately. You know, some
Black
little.
people.
Yeah, what's up with all the black people getting fed? I'm surprised they haven't fed R-Truth to him. They fed Big E to him. Now they're about to feed Mark Henry. I
They just feed like the black people that are relevant.
was gonna say call him Preacher E. Langston. That's what I called him when he kept on saying ha, ooh ha. He kept on saying it. You remember that, Jamil?
Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you remember when Big E Langston kept on doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not racist or anything, but I think the WWE has a reputation of, I guess, stereotyping and like demoralizing the black people as a race. Um, the Usos versus the Dust Brothers. I'm gonna give them I'm gonna give those guys a 7 out of 10. I mean, we're going to see the same stuff from the Usos. The super kick, the dabs outside the ring, the little Uso thing. So yeah, 7 out of 10 from those. The Goldust and Stardust never failed to entertain, especially start Cody Rhodes now as the Stardust character, and Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. Eh,
I'll
if
give it
Chris,
like because they both can entertain. I'll give it a 7.
yeah, 7 also. And Dremo, do you want to go on with our best stable ever group, or would you want to have more people?
Yeah. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit here. We're gonna shift the conversation into after the emergence of like new staples and factions that we've had in WWE in the past year and a half. The Wyatt family, Dust Brothers, Usos, the Shield. We're gonna debate who's the greatest staple slash faction of all time.
Oh, you want to lead us into it? I didn't know you wanted to stop. You wanted me to lead us into it.
Yeah.
Uh, oh yeah. If Diva was here, I don't know who he would say, but I wish he was here with us. For my opinion, the greatest stable ever in the WWE. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Corporation.
Corporation.
Yep, simply because The Rock came out. Well, he originally came out the Nation of Domination as the Intercontinental Champion and as the ruler. Do you want to say something, Jamal?
After he overthrew Farouk.
Yeah, after he became the ruler of the nation, not the leader, the ruler of the Nation of Domination. He held the Intercontinental Championship, was the ruler. Then eventually the crowd, he became so over with the crowd that he would turn face. He would face Mankind for the WWE Championship. I think it was at King of the Ring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, King of the Ring, and he would actually make it to the finals. He beat Big Bossman in 3 seconds, I believe, or
Yep.
2 seconds. Yeah, he just rolled him up real fast. 1, 2, 3. Rock advances. So it was Rock versus Mankind, and in that match, he got him in a sharpshooter. It was pretty much the Montreal Screwjob, but two new people. He got him in a sharpshooter. Mankind didn't tap out. Vince McMahon saying ring the bell, like doing a gesture, ring the bell. They rung the bell, and then The Rock's just looking around, the crowd's cheering. He's looking around like, what happened? They announced The Rock's name. He wins. Then Vince comes in the ring. The crowd goes nuts. And then once he hugs him, the crowd's like booing him and stuff, and they throwing trash into the ring. So, and then from that point on, he became WWE champion multiple times. He would turn his back on Corporation, eventually turn face again. And, this is the start of the Attitude. Well, it was not during the start, but this is during the Attitude Era between him and Austin.
Yeah.
Two of the most over guys. So in the Corporation, they had Ken Shamrock, one of your favorites.
Yeah.
They would actually fuse with the Ministry. I don't know if you remember them, Jamel. Do you? The Corporate Ministry. Shane McMahon, Undertaker.
Keep bleeding. I'll be right back.
Okay, and yeah, the Corporation. They pretty much had The Rock, which was one of their best, wrestlers at the time, come out of the Corporation. So that's why I think the Corporation may be the best stable in WWE history. And for WCW, I know it's owned by WWE now. Best WCW corporate stable, we all know is the NWO simply because they ran Nitro during the Monday Night Wars. If it wasn't for NWO, WCW wouldn't have been in front for 84, 85 weeks straight. And yeah, another thing about the corporation, they did have Ken Shamrock win the Intercontinental Championship after a while, and they had someone win the tag team titles. I'm not exactly sure who they were, but yeah, the corporation, they got booed because Rock was joined. They restarted the Rocky Sucks chants, and yeah, so I think Jamel's coming back. Um,
Okay.
you actually got finished with the corporation. You feel mind going?
Um, as I stated yesterday, I think one of the best ones would probably be the Shield, but I'm gonna change my shift it around a little bit here. Since you want to go a staple giving a superstar their start, I'm gonna go the Ministry
Okay.
because it gave Christian and Edge pretty much more exposure being under the Undertaker. It gave the Acolytes more exposure being under the Undertaker. Let's see, after the Ministry fused with the corporation and that dissolved, Christian and Edge went on to win what?
Like I think 11 tag team championships, if I'm not mistaken.
I think 11.
I just want to say I do agree with you on that one. They did get exposed. I remember they were members of the Brood. Remember them, Jamel? Looks like Jamel departed again. Yeah, Jamel did make a good point. The Ministry did expose Edge and Christian as members of the Ministry, all their accomplishments afterwards from departing from the Ministry. And yeah, if I can remember correctly, the Ministry, they had the Brood, Edge and Christian, they had the Acolytes, like you said. They had Big Boss Man at one point, and they had Viscera, other known as Big Daddy V to all you PG viewers, I guess, like pre-PG ECW viewers. And yeah, Jamel. Folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back in a few, but we will restart this podcast another time. All right, goodbye.